Hey guys, this is Chance Williams, and today on Chance Shop Talk, I'd like to discuss with you guys that I get a lot of, and that is aftermarket warranties and used cars. What do you do? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm trying my best to do this as professionally as I can. And everybody says use a teleprompter, but I'm telling you, this is killing me. I've been sitting here, I don't know how many hours trying to figure out how to do this teleprompting stuff, and I don't like it. But I really want to discuss this information with y'all, so I'm going to be as professional as possible, okay? This is crazy. YouTubing is hard. I don't care what nobody says. But anyway, back to the subject. When buying a used car, bottom line is, what is it that you can afford, okay? Secondly, bottom line is aftermarket warranties. What can you afford? Please, whatever you guys do, read the fine print in your aftermarket warranty. Ask all the questions that you want to ask. Research the questions on how to ask them. Research the information on the particular car that you are about to purchase. I see it every day of the week, people coming into my repair shop with cars they just bought or have not bought haven't had, excuse me. Okay, I'll be more politically correct there, excuse me. But anyway, bottom line is, I see people who are buying these used cars and cannot afford to get them repaired. So they're going out and having these aftermarket warranties that they purchased from these dealerships added to their plan or premium, increasing the length of time that they're having to spend on paying the car off. And I'm gonna say almost 100% of the time in my shop, they won't pay my prices. They don't cover fluids, they don't cover taxes. Now wait a minute, let me back up. A majority of the aftermarket warranty companies out there do not cover fluids, programming, cooler flushes, or taxes. Here's another thing they do that is killing the independent repair facility. They're wanting to supply their own parts to give to the independent repair facility or dealership so they can put their product in the car. Now, what fun is that, being a business owner, waking up in the morning to go to work to go broke? I'm not doing it. And I know right now that many of you out there that own a repair facility can sit there and guarantee what I'm telling you is 100%. It's wrong. It is totally wrong for anybody to come into a person's business and try to tell them or dictate how they should run their business. It is absolutely wrong, and I'm here to tell you it's absolutely wrong. The problem with it is the information is not getting out to the customer, from the salesman to handing the keys out to the guy and telling him to drive off. Now, next thing, the warranties most of the time, in all cases with the exception of a few, do not kick in until after 30 days. So if the car breaks down within the 30-day period, they've got to do some, honey buttering up to go over to the dealership and hope that they'll help them out with it, and get their car back in the road so they can continue with their errands, living their life, and getting back and forth to work. That's the bottom line. I don't approve of aftermarket warranties. I'm telling you, there's just no way I approve of them at all, and I never will, unless they have 100% compliance across the board with whatever repair shop they're dealing with, to let that repair shop handle their business practices in the proper way and make money. That's the bottom line. That's why people go out and spend umpteen thousands and even millions of dollars on tools and equipment and education to repair cars and put them back in the road. Don't sit there and dictate how a person should or should not repair a person's car. Do not take away from that independent repair shop. He has to look out for himself. He has to set his own retirement up. He has to be the one to call it quits at the end of the day. He has to be the one to call it quits at the end of time and retire comfortably from whatever money he has invested in that repair facility. Bottom line. Bottom line. So, do I agree with aftermarket warranties? Absolutely not. Everyone that I have contacted, I have argued with, fussed with, and fought with. The very last customer that came in didn't even barely have the $100 deductible, but he's a good friend of mine, and I absolutely took care of him, and I ended up eating about $350 of the bill that he could not afford to pay, because The aftermarket warranty wouldn't cover the fluid, wouldn't cover the programming, wouldn't cover flushing the cooler, wouldn't cover the taxes. But they sent me a transmission and I installed it though. And I don't think that was fair. They paid the labor, they paid the diagnostics, but they did not pay the extra. That's where the repair facility actually makes their money and are very, very capable and able, if they know where to put the money, to pay their taxes and stuff. That is a win-lose situation for anybody. That includes the customer who purchased the aftermarket warranty. So here's some tips. When you're going out to purchase a aftermarket warranty, please sit down, read the fine print, call the company up on the phone, ask them, can I choose whatever repair facility I deem I want to use? They'll say yes. Say, explain to me how this aftermarket warranty works. Do y'all supply the parts, or does the repair facility take care of it from start to finish? Just about guarantee you they're going to tell you real quick, well, there's some stipulations there. Then you're going to start getting into stipulations. Then they're going to start snowballing and rolling. Y'all just hang the phone up, move on, get away. It's not worth it. I promise you it's not. Look, I turn away aftermarket warranties every day of the week, period. Unless my customer understands there's a good possibility there's going to be a $500 charge, including their deductible. That's going to be a difference that the aftermarket warranty does not cover. So, with that being said, if you guys go out and purchase that first car or forever car, tell you some tips. Number one, if you're purchasing anything under $25,000 that is used, like a Kia, Edge, Escape, Nissans, Hyundais, SUVs, little small cars, any of them, I'm telling you guys, y'all really need to step back and go and look at new car pricing versus used car pricing. Used car pricing is through the roof. Say, for instance, you pick a Hyundai Santa Fe 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive. We're just saying SUV. Say it's a 16, 17 model, if they even make that year. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Say it's $14,500. Then you say, wow, that's a good deal. I'm going to get into this. And then you sit down with them and they're saying, well, you really have to buy this aftermarket warranty or we're not going to sell you this car. You got a $1,000 plan or a $4,000 plan. You got some in between. Which one you want? Well, you get all happy and you start asking, well, this one covers drivetrain, this one covers drivetrain, this one covers some electronics, this one covers that. There's nothing that covers brakes. There's nothing that covers timing belts. There's nothing that covers ignition coils. There's nothing that covers spark plugs that I know of. They're all maintenance items and they're considered wear and tear. They're not going to cover it. So what's the sense in having a dadgum freaking aftermarket warranty? Well, I'll tell you what's good about it. If the transmission breaks, if the engine breaks, if it's a CVT, it's going to break. I guarantee you, it's going to break. But most engines nowadays run forever, unless it's a Chevrolet 3.6 with timing chain, or if it's a 2.0, or I think a 3.0 Ford. They all have timing chain issues. And a lot of that stuff is from lack of maintenance. I've even replaced turbos on there for the turbo supply and return lines being stopped up from nobody changing the oil. And they swear they're changing the oil. If they are, they're using something I've never seen before. And whatever it is, it is. And they stop up and they wear out and they tear up. And then I'm having to explain to the customer why it's $3,000 to repair your car. Or why it's $1,500 or $500 or even $8,000 and $9,000 because you messed up. And you probably didn't. You probably ended up buying a used car that you didn't do any research on. Well, guys, if you're going out to purchase a used car, really look deep into yourselves and ask yourself, can I afford this used car without an aftermarket warranty? If you can, that is wonderful. If you can't, there are some repair shops that take those. And there are some repair shops that work well with those aftermarket warranty. And it's because a lot of those repair shops think that they really need to have that extra money coming in. In reality, they're not making any money. It's not making any sense to me. It took me years and years and years to understand that. I understood one thing: get the money in, pay the bills. Get the money in, pay the bills. But as time went on, I realized how bad it really hurts the customer, especially when it plainly states in one customer's handbook on their warranty that she paid for that it covers injectors. The injectors failed. I can't help it how they failed. They flat outright denied the claim. Oh well, she denied the claim. I mean, they denied the claim. Well, actually, it was a she that I spoke with. Customer parked the car for about a year. She brought it back. We repaired it for her. Then she's been happily driving it, and we've been servicing and taking care of it like it's supposed to. But look, if you do go looking into used cars, there's a bunch of things you need to look at. Hey, is this going to fit in my budget? Hey, I know it's pretty and everything, but is a Carfax been run on it? Has it ever been in a major wreck? Do you have any service records? I'd love to know that if you have any service records. You mainly can get this information probably from Carfax. Carfax does, if things were done in a dealership, a lot of the time Carfax will show you that it was serviced in a dealership. You need to know if it has any open recalls. By the way, I will be posting some links on the bottom down here that some of them are free and one of them will cost you a little bit. But hey, you're buying a car. It's second in line to buying a house. You know, it ain't like 25 years ago you could buy a brand new car for $20,000. It ain't like that. And please make sure that they cover it. Please make sure they work well with the repair shop that you want to deal with, because if you feel like you have to go to an opposite repair shop that you've never dealt with before, you might feel like you're not getting what you're being paid for. And that's probably mostly what a lot of the aftermarket warranty companies work with. And I'm not saying good or bad about anybody. I'm just saying sometimes, you know, one guy's work is less or better or more. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it can be that way. And it's best to do all the research out there and just, I'm telling you, just wait, stop, slow down, calm down. I don't care how pretty and shiny that diamond is. If it's yours, it's going to be there when you come back. If not, it's not the only diamond out there. I promise you that. Well, I'm also going to show you some tricks to do when you're going. I'm going to tell you some tricks to what you do, especially if you're dealing with like an outside buyer, individual who wants to sell it. I get where you go up to a car and there's a phone number, call them and say, hey, can you meet me here now? And they say, no, I can't meet you there right this minute, but I will be out there just a little bit. So get a time, get out there, get there way earlier. Make sure you listen to the car start up. If it's a cold startup, that's one of the first things I love to hear. If you've got a lot of clacking and ringing and you know, noises going on underneath the hood when the car is cold, don't buy it. Just stay away from it. It's already got some issues going on. Look for smoke. If it doesn't make any noise or anything, look for smoke coming out the tailpipe. Lay down on the ground, slide your head up underneath, see if you see any oily residue or leaks that may be happening up underneath. Raise the hood up on it. Look down beside each engine and transmission. Try to look as close to the back and the front as you can. Smell. Take a peek at all the fluids that's in the bottles and stuff. Make sure they're all pretty and clean. A lot of people know what green antifreeze is, orange antifreeze is. There's even some yellow out there. And there's even some pink out there for a lot of you Asian guys. But I'll also check the oil condition. Pull the dipstick on it. Look at it. See if it looks pretty clean. If it looks really nasty black, I don't know if I would want to even attempt it. You know, unless it's a really, really, really good deal. I'm not saying that nobody out there would actually take advantage of somebody, but I'm telling you, I don't think they will. I know they will, because they end up in my shop a lot of the times and people can't afford to get them repaired. So with that being said, please, bottom line is, all you got to do is stop, slow down. Hey, I was young and dumb one time. I jumped out there and bought more stuff than I should have bought, and I ended up fixing the junk or either trying to sell it and recoup my money. It's not the best thing to do when buying your first car or your forever car. If you're buying any kind of car, please just see if there's any open recalls. Make sure there's no crash reports on it. See if you got any service histories on it. Make sure it's not smoking and making all kinds of noises when you start the engine up. Make sure when you get in the car, you take that sucker on a test drive, not around the block. I'm talking open that thing up. Make sure it feels like it's got plenty of torque, plenty of power. Make sure the transmission is good and smooth. Now, a lot of cars, you're not going to be able to tell the fluid conditions on the transmissions because a lot of them are sealed units and there's specific ways to check them. I can't tell you that, but I can tell you what I'd stay away from, and that's CVT transmissions. I despise them. I don't like them. Actually, I'm going to take that back. That's really a lie. They're actually really good, smooth, torquey little transmissions and work really well when they're new. But the problem with them is they need to be serviced more often than they should be. And these cars out there nowadays, people are getting in them and driving them, hitting 80, 90,000 miles. That's when they start having the problems with these things. I've even seen them at 60,000 miles break, you know, and you jump into them, and next thing you know, you think you got a hot ride, and all of a sudden you're just, boom, gone. So, for instance, here's the big deal. You go and you buy that transmission, buy that car, and it needs a transmission under the 30 days, right? Guess what? Under the 30 days, the warranty ain't kicked in. Now you got to go back to the dealer you talked to, or if you bought it from a guy off the side of the street, you're just sitting there. And even if you didn't have an aftermarket warranty, you're just going to be waiting. So there's no sense in playing games with this, y'all. I'm telling you, there is so much money that is being spent on used cars. Anything under $25,000, you guys really need to look into the new ones. I'm telling you, like, get back to that situation with that $16,000. By the time she got through, she was up to $20,000 time they added on all the taxes, fees. The $4,000 aftermarket warranty, she was at 20 grand. You can buy a brand new Ford Escape for $21,000. I know that for a fact. Okay? I'm telling you, it's crazy out there. And see, here's the coolest thing. Aftermarket, you don't have to have an aftermarket warranty on the used. They'll try to sell you one. You got 3 years to make up your mind whether you want to buy it or not. A lot's going to happen in 3 years, or a lot's going to happen in 30 days. God forbid you go out and wreck it and total it and nothing happens to you. Pray to God that doesn't happen. But you don't know how long that car is going to be with you. All you know is you're going to take care of it the best that you can. So, bottom line, stay away from used cars, aftermarket warranty, unless you just absolutely, whenever you do actually have automotive repairs that are needed, I would suggest that you go in and talk with those guys. Just give them a holler. Hey, what do y'all think about these aftermarket warranties? Some of them may say, hey, we love them, we'll use them. Some of them will probably tell you, no, we're sorry. Not at this time, we don't accept them. But bottom line, you guys out there that do own repair shops know what I'm talking about. It hurts your bottom line, especially if you're trying to run your business by numbers. Numbers will get you in trouble if you start going outside those numbers and not listening to protocol and allowing people to dictate how you, honestly, you, not anybody else, you are basically solely 100% responsible for allowing someone to tell you or dictate to you how you actually run or operate your automotive repair shop. All right, guys, this is Chance Williams on Chance Shop Talk. If you would, please hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, and please, let's hear some of your comments on your best or worst aftermarket warranty or used car. Thanks, guys. Take care.